Are you real? Are you true? Are you gonna make the Bronx safe for me? Are you gonna make miracles and reduce my rent? Is it true an angel's favorite food is Thousand Island dressing? Is it true your shit smells like mangoes and when you're drunk you speak Portuguese? Wait a minute. Am I dead? Did I die? How could I have missed that? Was it the man with the golf club? Did he beat me to death? Oh my God, I've been dead all night. And when I look around, death is my ugly apartment in the Bronx? No, this can't be death. Death can't have this kind of furniture. Am I pregnant with the Lord's baby? Is the new Messiah swimming in my electrified womb? Is the super sperm of God growing a mythic flower deep in the greenhouse inside me? Will my morning sickness taste like communion wine? This is amazing. Billions of women on earth and I get knocked up by God. No. Then what is it? Are you real or not? Because if you're real and God is real and the Gospels are real, now would be the perfect time to tell me. Because I tried looking for angels. I did. In every shadow of my childhood. And I never found any. I would look in the notes that I sang to myself as a kid, the songs that put me to sleep and stopped me from killing myself with fear. But I couldn't find any. I couldn't find you. Come on! Somebody up there has to know why I live the way I do. What's going on here anyway? Why is there a war on children in the city? Why are apples extinct? Why are they planning on dropping human incesticide on overpopulated areas in the Bronx? Why has the color blue disappeared from the sky? Why does common rainwater turn your skin bright red? Why do cows give salty milk? Why did the plague kill half of my friends? And what happened to the moon? How could nobody have seen it in nearly 9 months? See.
So here's what I do. I'm a surgeon. I've been studying to be a surgeon for the last 8 years. And that's not including all the pre-meds in college. And I did well. Straight A's. It seems like I have a natural proclivity for about anything that I do. You know, a residency is a hazing, an endurance test. They put you on all these crazy hours in the emergency and it's just barfing, blood, crying babies, and boys trying to kill themselves via one another. We're supposed to pay our dues for a couple of years and then follow around a real surgeon who's supposed to teach me. Except they don't like me. We don't need to waste time deconstructing why the black guy can't find a decent mentor in Boston. Yeah. Okay. So, every now and then, I don't like getting treated like Sambo that day. And I push back just a little. So today I was like, no. When I wrote that about that patient on that chart you're holding, it's because that I knew what I was doing. And that nurse that came up behind me to call doctor whoever the fuck to come in and second guess me and said, I'm stucky, and so arbitrarily prescribed some kind of bullshit course of action. And now the patient's worse. And you will not pin that on me. It doesn't matter how I say it. I'm angry, I'm volatile, and I'm not good at working with others. So I get written up, and I gotta fill out a whole fucking bedpan thing again. So today, I went to work in the emergency room, and I worked for 10 straight hours. And then I worked at my clinic and worked another 6 because somebody has to take care of those people. And then I made your ass dinner. And you're mad because I teased you about hot sauce. I don't have time for that. Thank you.
Come, Leonard. Look, thy foes are bound. Sirs, stop their mouths. Let them not speak to me, but let them hear what fearful words I utter. O villains, Chiron and Demetrius. Here stands the spring whom you have stained with mud, this goodly summer with your winter mixed. You killed her husband, and for that vile fault, 2 of her brothers were condemned to death. My hand was cut off and made a merry jest, both of her sweet hands. Her tongue, that more dear than hands or tongue. Her spotless chastity, inhuman traitors, you constrained and forced. What would you say if I should let you speak? Hark, wretches, how I mean to martyr you. This one hand yet is left to cut your throats, while that Levinia between her stumps doth hold the basin that receives your guilty blood. You know your mother means to feast with me, and calls herself revenge, and thinks me mad? Hark! Villains, I will grind your bones to dust, and with your blood and it I'll make a paste, and of the paste a coffin I will rear, and make 2 pasties of your shameful heads, and bid that strumpet your unhallowed down, like to the earth swallow her own increase. This is the feast that I have bid her to, and this the banquet she shall surfeit on. For worse than Philomel you used my daughter, and worse than Procne I will be revenged. And now prepare your throats. Levinia, come, receive the blood. And when that they are dead, let me go grind their bones to powder small, and with this hateful liquor temperate. And in that paste let their vile heads be baked. Come, be everyone officious to this, make this banquet, which I may prove more stern and bloody than the centaur's feast. So, now bring them in, for I'll play the cook and see them ready against their mother comes. Scene.
a kid out of wedlock, finding babysitters while I work at a job, not a career, finding daycare, and no more dating, colds, measles, chicken pox, lower paying jobs just to keep flexible, moving to escape the stigma, moving to find the best schools, finding the money for dancing lessons or piano lessons. I know it'll be a girl, enduring angry teenagers, no dates, making the poor thing excel just so it can get into a good college because I won't be able to pay. Gray-haired at graduation, it becomes a drug addict or worse. And no dates. I certainly sound confident, don't I? But in reality, I'm scared stiff. And now the guy who threatened to break up with me if I didn't go to bed with him, he's disappeared. I can't turn to my parents. How do I know so much about how horrible it is to raise children? From my mother, who never ceases to complain about how motherhood ruined her career. Abortion doesn't seem like an option. They're almost illegal. And how do I even find one? It seems as though I have two options. Go far, far away and have it, depending upon the mercy of strangers, or suicide. I'll choose suicide. Thank you.
I'm tired, Damon. You think you're more tired of the streets than me, but you ain't. I never wanted this. What I want? Something easy. I don't want to hustle or no fast money. I don't want a movement or a cause. I want a home. Somewhere I can walk into my space and I have to look over my shoulder or hold my breath. I want kids of my own. Lie around in the house and read them children's books by Camille or bell hooks. Learn to bake or something. Have a garden and grow me some vegetables to cook and eat. Paint the living room on a Saturday. Listen to Nina. And close my eyes and sleep through the night for once in my fucking life. That's it. I want to sit on the horizon somewhere and watch the sun set and rise. I never even saw a fucking sunset. I'm not alive here. I'm not alive in this chaos. You hear me? I don't want this shit no more.
She's disappeared. Not literally, I mean, she's still at home. A human being sitting there. But she's gone. Phoebe I knew is gone. I look at her, into her fucking eyes, and there's nothing. There's something, but nothing that I recognize. And I keep thinking about our honeymoon. Not in some sad, romantic, things were blissful kind of way, but in this... See, we went to Scotland and we took this boat tour of Loch Ness. You know, that place where the monster supposedly is. And anyway, she wandered to the other end of the boat, and this guy started telling me, just me mind you, that the monster isn't a monster. It's these reptiles that actually live in the bottom of the lake. The lake is really dense, so dense that you can't see the bottom. And that these reptiles that live in the lake, they swim around all happy and shit. But when they lose their way, that's when they come back to the surface to orient themselves. That's when we see them, when they're lost. Anyway, I guess I just keep hoping that that's what happens with Phoebe. Because she's lost. And I can't seem to find her in there, beneath all that denseness beneath her eyes. And whatever it is, I hope comes to the surface. I just want her to come to the surface. Scene.
You know, I wrote you that song. I wrote it because when I think about you, normally it's just a mess. When I think about you, I can't breathe, and I look at you and I'm not sure you're real. You were just like if someone were to say, hey, can you draw a girl? And I drew you, and they'd be like, hey, that's a perfect drawing of a girl. You're a real good artist. And my hands get all shaky when I want to touch you, and you know that great hollow feeling you get in your stomach when you see someone you've been thinking about for days and you turn the corner and there they are. And it's like, and the bottom drops out, and I feel like I have no actual mass or dimension, and maybe it's like I'm seeing you at that moment because you were at the same time thinking about me. And that's how we ended up at the exact same place in the exact same moment. By thinking about it that much. Do you need a ride? Thank you.
You stupid fucking cunt. You Williamson, I'm talking to you, shithead. You just cost me $6,000. $6,000 on one Cadillac. That's right. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, asshole? You fucking shit. Where are you letting your trade, you stupid fucking cunt, you idiot? Whoever told you could work with men? Oh, I'm gonna have your job. I'm going downtown to talk to Mitch and Murray. I'm going to Lemkin. I don't care whose nephew you are, who you know, whose dick you're sucking. You're going out. I swear to you, you're going. Anybody in this office gets by on their wits. I'll be with you in a second. What you're hired for is to help us. Does that seem clear to you? To help us, not to fuck us up. To help men who are going out there trying to earn a living. You're fair, you're company man. And I'll tell you something else. I hope you're the one that ripped the joint off. Because I might be able to tell our friend here something that might help him to catch you. You want to know the first rule? You know if you ever spend a day in your life, you never open your mouth until you know what the shot is.
I had everything. I had a ring. It was such a beautiful night the night Jason gave it to me. He was looking all shiny and red-faced like I was the only person anywhere. 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 We were gonna buy a house and it had a gazebo in the backyard with a table you could put in the summer. And then slowly, like a murmur. I couldn't hear it at first, but I kept hearing these two names over and over again. Jason and Jessica. Jessica and Jason. What type of name is Jessica anyways? Who names their kid that? Suddenly, like, I gave my ring back to Jason and I had nothing. All over again. Nothing. See.